Hello, fellow Magoods. We are back again, and this is our new thing we're going to be doing every Friday called Flashback Friday. So we're going to go back on different movies that have come out throughout the years, and at this point, since we just saw Suicide Squad, we might as well do the first review for us, Man of Steel.
One frickin' awesome movie, if I have to say.
The first movie in this DCEU, and it's beautiful. Well done, great start, in our opinions. So, but...
Yeah, we know this is, like, it splits the fans, and I know the split is mostly to the dislike side, I feel. Which is
like
unfortunate.
Split down the middle, I'd say.
Oh well, it's really unfortunate. It really pisses me off.
No, it angers me. I think it's a masterpiece.
We agree with what John Campea says, especially is that this really is a masterpiece. I think. We'll just keep throughout the video. We'll keep saying we think because obviously it is opinion, but I feel like it's a dumb opinion if you think it's not. Or at least, I don't know. I just don't see the argument of it's a bad movie. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Like, there's those saying, like...
People have said that to me before, and then I just say, like... And I just go, why? And
they don't know.
They don't say it.
They don't say anything. It's like, there's no valid reason. Like, there's those saying, oh, Superman's not supposed to kill, but it's like, he didn't want to kill Zod.
He's done it before.
Spoilers. Sorry, 2013. Come on. So this is what this movie is. See it if you haven't. So, but anyway, he kills Zod. And it's like, everyone gets pissed off about that. It's like, one, you can see it in his face. He does not want to do it.
And it's in the dialogue, too. He's begging him
He's
to
begging
stop,
him.
or
But
he's
going to kill
him.
this family of some sort. And
just civilians in a museum.
In a bank or something?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. But it's like he doesn't want to do it. And then he even, like, screams out in agony because, like, he had to do it.
That moment's so good, dude.
So good. So that's, like, the only, that's like the only excuse I hear for not liking this movie, and I think it's a dumb excuse. So I think editing's pretty good in the movie. I don't think it's very choppy.
No.
I think it's well directed. The action's really good.
Zack Snyder is a great director visually. You might not like the stories of his films, but you can at least say the visuals are, I'll say, incredible. I think he's one of the...
He's like the best.
I think he's one of the best directors around right now. Mm-hmm. And you can argue not story-wise for his films, but I'm talking like visually if not the
brilliant.
best, honestly.
Yes.
Because the way he uses CGI to touch up the color or a lot of times the backgrounds and what the characters can interact with.
In general, when he starts fighting Zod in this movie, every hit is you see a shockwave of energy and it's beautiful. But that's another excuse for people saying why they don't like it because the fight scene's really fast. But these are gods fighting each other, so it's supposed to be fast and it's still entertaining to me.
Yeah.
The only thing for me critiquing wise is they could have cut a solid 20 minutes of this movie alone with Superman fighting this octopus creature he's trying to fight off against those two
the world engine.
The world engines.
I think what they could have done there is just have the thing shoot lasers at him.
Yeah.
And because it's from Krypton, it weakens him a tiny bit, and that's why he has to struggle to go up that beam.
Yeah.
You can easily cut down 10 minutes.
And it's just wasted money because it's just CGI mess. But even though it's not a mess,
it's not a mess, but
brilliant.
It's just a.
But they could have cut it down to make the movie a solid 10 minutes shorter. Cause it's a long movie. It's almost 2.5 hours or so, like BVS. So
143 minutes. So a little over 2 hours and 20 minutes, basically.
Yeah, a little over. So it's
2.5. We'll call it 2.5.
We'll call it 2.5.
Here, I'll look at BVS.
The BVS is a solid 2 hours 30 minutes on the dot or so. So
yeah, theatrical. Are we comparing theatricals here?
Yeah.
Theatrical is 151, so that's a good 2.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, and same thing. It's just kind of jump off. Same thing with BVS. Even in the Ultimate, you could cut down a little bit, take a few things out.
Yeah, but I mean,
but Zach just likes a full he really loves a full movie. So I don't really care. And I'll watch as much as it's kind of a thing that not many people say, but I'll watch as much Zack Snyder DC movie if I can. It's awesome.
And that's why that's why when everyone's oh no, he shouldn't do Justice League, I'm bring it on, Zach.
Oh yeah. The trailer looks awesome.
The trailer looks godly.
All right, we're getting off track. So
sorry.
We're trying to keep this video
Short.
watchable length.
Yes.
15 minutes or so. Anyway. What do we want to do? You want to talk about what you liked first? Like, what are the big points here?
Big points. I love all, like, it's done really well, like, the way, like, Zach, like, does, like, going present day to the flashbacks of his childhood.
Yeah.
And I love every bit of his childhood. It shows how he's, like, a freak and, like, he's just trying to be normal. But then, like, his dad, like, he basically is normal because he's not allowed to do his powers because his dad won't let him. So, because he doesn't want to be considered a freak or anything. But then he still does it because he doesn't, like, because there's, like, an awesome, like, scene where, like, a bus crashes with, like, into a river or whatever, and, like, Superman, like, he's on it, and, like, with a bunch of his classmates, and he saves them all, and it's awesome. But, like, he has to do it.
I think my favorite childhood scene is at the end when it cuts back, and he's standing there playing with the dog, and he pins a red towel or something onto his shoulders, and, like, stands there with, like, the Superman pose. And it's just like you can tell, and then awesome. You have your theory about what inspires that.
So basically, the theory is, which I think is a known theory as of right now. Is that so? Ben Affleck's Batman is like maybe 50 or so, 46, something around those.
Give it 50 just to be safe.
Yeah, so Superman is 33 when he becomes Superman. So you gotta take back all that, and like let's add like 7 to 9 years when he does the pose. So he's like 9 years old. So at that point, it's like. Batman has to be like, he could be like a solid like 20 or something, like at the time of like him doing that. So it's possible that Ben Affleck's Batman was like doing.
We're talking like really young.
Like it'd be young, but like it's possible that like he's basically doing it after like what he's heard.
And seen about Batman, but then it also is kind of like semi-disproved in BVS because Clark doesn't know,
like him, and
he doesn't know who Batman is.
Yeah,
he calls him the Bat Vigilante. So you could think that's like evidence against it, but I like the idea. I can think of it like that when I watch the movie.
I think he probably just forgot like about some stuff from when he was a kid or something. I don't know. It's
just an idea.
But anyway, I love that scene. But a really great scene like in the past is when like there's a tornado and like his dad, like, he doesn't, like, he's helping save people, and then, like, to get underneath a bridge so, like, they'll be okay from this tornado, but then his dad he gets his foot stuck, and, like, but then once he gets out, he's limping, so he can't make it back to the bridge.
In time.
So, like, Clark is gonna go help him, but then
he's about to, like, blast into, like, super speed.
But then he's like, no, stay. Like, he doesn't think the world is ready for a Superman. And it's just really heartbreaking. And you see Henry Cavill, like...
His acting is really good.
I love Henry Cavill's acting. He just screams out, like... And it's great. Like, he's a great actor. And, like, it's sad. Yeah. I really enjoy that scene.
I think the pluses for me are definitely, like... I think my favorite shot of the movie, I'm trying to remember everything. Like, I think my favorite part of the moment of the movie is when he steps out of the... It's like the sequence when... The thing opens and, like, the Superman suit, like, rotates around, you know, when he's talking to his dad. And then it cuts to the door to the ship opens and there's, like, light behind him. It's just the silhouette of, like, his cape billowing and he's, like, walking in the snow.
Great scene.
I think that's the best. That's so good.
That's done.
And then,
so
like,
good.
That, or definitely, like, the dialogue at the end where Lois is like, Clark, welcome to the planet. And, you know, it's like,
that's so good.
Not only the Daily Planet, but, like, Earth, he's becoming like he's in society and everything. So
now, another reason like this movie's so good because it's like one, it's great storytelling, great acting, great direction, and it has what a lot of superhero movies can't do nowadays is have a great villain. General Zod is a great villain in this movie.
Michael Shannon, his performance is so good. Just like
it's fantastic.
The two moments that are definitely the highlight for me is when he's standing there, like, in the manacles, and he just, like, it's silent for a couple seconds, and he just screams, I will find him, at Superman's mom, and, like, you can see, like, and, like, you see, like, some spit come out, and he just, like, you could tell he just puts everything into saying that line.
Yeah.
And then when when Superman uses the laser beam, the heat vision on the ship, that has, like, a little bit of the incubation for, like newborn Kryptonians, and he destroys it, and Zod is giving like a little bit of a monologue, like you've destroyed like my only purpose
it keeps
in life.
building up, and then he's just like, then he just goes to attack Superman. And,
Yeah, he's like, now I have no purpose. Like,
yeah.
And that's the moment I think that makes Zod a good villain, where you empathize with him.
Yeah, because like he
you realize like he didn't want to like he wanted Superman to be on his side for the whole time. He didn't want him to destroy
It's
everything.
like they're both Kryptonians. They're both like the same people. He thinks Superman would be a part of this.
Zod's like an ultra nationalist.
Yeah, like
That's all he is.
Zod, he just can't. He has to have something his way.
And he's a utilitarian, definitely. Like he'll do anything. Like he'll do anything to bring Krypton back, even if it means killing 7 billion other life forms on a planet. He'll do it. So it's like it's a realistic type character. You know, just a utilitarian, like military guy. He'll do anything. He doesn't care like what the repercussions are. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
He's also basically the powers of a god. So
on Earth, but yeah. But I mean, also he's a military like commander, so he knows how to fight too.
Yeah.
So that helps too.
It's a challenge for Superman.
Yeah. But man, such a good movie. Like, if you haven't seen this movie, like definitely give it a go. Like, it's just done so well, and it's just like, for me, I never liked Superman. At least not.
No,
he's
not really my favorite hero originally.
But like when I saw Man of Steel, I was like, wow,
this guy's awesome.
Superman's pretty cool. And I'm like, I really hope there's more movies to this. And now it's like 3 years later, we get Batman vs Superman, where we get like the best Batman in our eyes. And now we just seen Suicide Squad, where I think there's potential to have like the best Joker. At least like he's definitely already the most comic book accurate.
Yeah.
So it's like the DCEU I think's doing it right.
I don't get the hate. Honestly.
I don't get the hate at all. Like it's just like they've casted everyone pretty much perfectly.
My thing is you can not like the stories of the movie. That's fine, but to say like all the actors are bad, like to say the characters they're setting up and the universe they're setting up is bad, I think is just honestly really stupid. This is just a stupid statement, because, like I said, the universe is so well crafted. Even if you don't like the individual plots of each movie, like the past universe, which is basically really only Batman. He's the only hero that's been around. Well, Wonder Woman, but she doesn't do any she doesn't have any villains. Like the only established comic booky universe with its own rogues gallery and everything is Batman. That's the past, and now they're bringing everything up.
Yeah,
but and they're leading up to Superman finally taking his place as the leader of the Justice League, because Batman is right now. But I feel like once Superman comes back, he
will. But Batman's gonna be definitely one of the head honchos.
Yeah,
but
Batman can take them all out if he wanted to. So,
but what really it grinds my gears. But it's just everyone's complaining about let's go back to BVS, where people are complaining about some character stuff, Superman didn't get much depth to it. Wonder Woman was barely in the movie. The only person we really got anything on was Batman. But we have a great story overall, so it's not really a mess. But then we get Suicide Squad, where the plot's a mess, but we get a lot of good stuff for each character.
Yeah.
So it's just DC has to think of something to get a good amount of both in there.
I think it's Man of Steel.
I think it's Man of Steel as well. So that's why definitely see it. I think it should be almost everyone's favorite DCEU movie. Mine's the Ultimate Edition to BVS.
Yeah, same.
But just because it's so cool. But but Man of Steel is really done well.
I think we're talking narrative wise.
Yeah.
And just character development, that's, I think it's the best out of all.
Yeah, great character development and great story. And it's just a great origin story in general too. So definitely give it.
It's one of the better origin movies.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite
If let's
as
think
a
about
movie
it,
on its own.
They have Thor 1, Captain America 1, Iron Man 1, Guardians, and then and then this is the only DC one right now.
Yeah.
So basically, all we have to compare it to is Marvel.
Yeah. So the only thing to compare it to, in my eyes, would be Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
And then I guess Batman Begins, if you want to count that.
Yeah. Great movie.
But that'd be it, maybe. I mean, I personally love the first Avenger, but it's nothing compared to Man of Steel. But it's still really good, but it's nothing compared to Man of Steel in my eyes. So
it's coming. I think that really shows how good it is coming from who your favorite character is, Cap, too. So to say that, that's a big statement. Yeah, that's a big statement.
Yeah. But still favorite Superman movie goes to the Winter Soldier. But
Yeah.
But the thing. Okay, so what Justice League has to do though is hear from all like the critics and like fans.
I think definitely that's what they're doing.
I
I think they're developing a clear thing where Steppenwolf is the current threat.
Yes.
Batman realizes this, and it shows even how there's going to be a long story